So just joining us for the end of the women's comp prize giving. The Aussie team is getting ready on the left. Dennis is just congratulating them. So congratulations there to the University Pirates. And commiseration for the Darwin Dragons in yellow and black. We can see on the left the local Aussie representatives warming up. I think New Zealand might be out on backfield behind us on field 2, which you can't get the camera to. So if you want to see that prize giving properly, I can see NT News down. 9 News down there. I expect NT News is around here somewhere with his notebook. We're just waiting. The Aussie representatives moving into their change room. Now, as the only commentator we can find tonight, me. Bit weak there. Some of you volunteers. There's plenty of people here. Someone could give me a hand. Would appreciate it if you're down there. But, as a POM, however, I'm officially neutral. I do have an Australian passport as well.
and gentlemen, can I ask you to be upstanding for the reading of the ode and the last post? They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rugby Park. Looks like we're about to get underway. Bring the noise. Great haka there.
Better zoom in, zoom out, zoom in.
We're about to get underway here, folks. That's a deep kick. Returned. Oh! And that was a very, very early try. It was both teams came out of the blocks very aggressively. There was a long pass, and a Kiwi arm just shot up there and just pulled that one out of the sky. Here comes the pass, and it's a long one, and bonk, and easy as you go, straight under the posts. Kick right under the posts. Should be relatively straightforward. Well, if that's the way both teams are going to play this game, this is going to be a great match. The singing has begun. So Australia to kick off. Be a bit more careful how they pass after that. And they've got that. That was a lucky bounce there and a couple of misses by the Kiwis. I'm on my third game of the night. I was looking at the rugby in the audience, not at the score. Sorry about that. That's 7 points. Australia has it. Nicely set up. Decides to take it back in. He's going to be not releasing, or yeah. I think he was quite lucky to get away with that. So it looks like Australia are going to kick for the sidelines. No, they're not. They're gone for the posts. Australia's chance to bring 3 points back. Australia or New Zealand?
New Zealand, my bro. New Zealand.
So we got one adult for New Zealand and about 3 kids previously interviewed all went for Australia. There's a pom stuck here in the middle. Well done. Nice work.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
One of the victors from the women's game there with a medal behind me. Didn't bring me a beer. I mean solo. And that's 3 points on the board for Australia. Clean kick. Bit of confusion there. I think that's Tommy Hiramatsu. He wasn't playing for the Navy earlier. That's probably why. He'll come back. The pack set up on this side. Good defence, takes his legs out. Again, good defence by the Aussies there. Rocco has it. I think it was Rocco. And he's missed it. That'll go, won't go to touch, he's recovered it. The ref will be having a good look at some of that on the ground play there. Kiwi still have it. He had a look, like what he saw. Little chip, chases his own kick. He gets his hands to it. I don't think he got that down. Let's have a look at that. Cameraman's excited. Representing the Solomon Island crowd. Probably all of it. Doesn't reckon that one was down. They can download it on YouTube later. Probably. My stuff works most of the time. Just pick up the mic though. So the Aussie scrum doing well there. Runs it back in field, finds space. Penalty there. Now there's a few South boys on that Aussie team. They like running things from stupid locations, but judging by the aggression of the Kiwi team, I suspect they'll kick this as far as they can. I would. Nice nudge. That's not coming down from the roof either. Didn't. So the next game I'm likely to do after this will be hopefully the South's home game. That's the new Warren Park, just about visible in the background there. Clean line out. Obviously the stand is for leagueies. Goodness knows how they'll fill it, but they're only leagueies. Wise plays for Pirates. Well cleaned out there by the Kiwi defence. Should have gone outside there. Big contact. Ref's taken back. Not sure what for. I haven't got a memory that long. So that's pretty much right on the halfway line. So Wise in the headband. It's the main jumper for the university. We'll probably be performing the same role here. No. Kiwis in the audience say it's not straight, but you heard that, didn't you? Wise breaks through again. They're all in there, but they still haven't controlled the ball. That's going to come back as a New Zealand ball. I don't know how they did that. It's gone up in the air. Chased, is he? Didn't have the ball when he hit him. Ref says it's okay. That one's charged down. It's deteriorating to AFL out there. Which probably, no, we've got a knock on. Which is AFL. In a bit of patriotic feature there, the Australians decided to shift to playing Aussie rules football, thinking they had the advantage. That Kiwi back line are out of shot, I think, for you guys, but they were all clustered together and chatting. They had the look of a bunch of people who were up to something. And it's gone the other way, to the blind side. So whatever they were up to probably didn't happen. I think that probably went into touch. Yep. I think the touch judge out as well. Pass. I can barely recognise half the Souths boys, mate. Sorry. I can recognise one of them by the French accent, but I won't say what team he's on. Yeah, I did wonder. The Navy team went out without Tommy Hiramatsu earlier. I know he's in the Navy, so they obviously decided to save him for this. That's gone right over the back. Offloaded. Runs straight into the big fella. Arm went out, boot went in. Yep. The ref saw what I saw, I think. Kiwis will kick for position on the touchline here, I think. They were a bit aggressive at the start, but they're still up. If they run it, I'll be quite... Nah, they're going to kick it out. Not that aggressive then. Ref's got earpiece problems by the looks of it. We don't have a feed into that. I keep meaning to sort one out. And that PA system. And that scoreboard. And they, the Aussies do to the Kiwis what they did to them at the last line out and send it right over the back. Rocco pops a box kick in field. It's coming to Wise. Doesn't even have to move. Long pass without looking. It wasn't the Kiwi arm sweeping it down this time. Breaks one tackle. Aggressive rocking there. Okay. Bit high, says the ref. Hey? All together? Hey? No, we didn't follow that. I should have done a live action replay, but it won't take them long. They've got proper ball boys today. You get a bit more time when there's no ball boys and someone has to go get the ball. We've got a very good turnout here tonight. Very poor table service. Where's Kim Williams when you need him? So I wasn't here for this game last year or the previous one. Apparently there are programs, and in that program would be all sorts of useful information. I should have got one. Now I know that. So there was bouncing around in there. Ref is looking the other way. Timeout. So he's gone to have a look at the very far touch judge. Everyone can talk amongst themselves, work out who was guilty of what. So there's a robust discussion amongst two experts in the rules. Which rules, we're not sure. Probably not AFL. We didn't see what they were talking about, any of us, I don't think. Even my opinionated offsider here, who's not doing commentary, but just happens to be standing.
Supporting it.
You're not supporting me, mate. The English ain't playing. So, having a chat with the Kiwis. And we have a man in the bin. So, no, we didn't catch what that was for, unfortunately. Something that happened on the far side of the field, presumably. Shoving, maybe, judging by the gesticulations he's making to his manager. And we're back on again. Roland, you want to? Sorry there, the table service is lousy. I had to organise something. Kiwis back with the ball. Couple of dummy runners there. Lovely offload. Streaks to the middle. They won't catch him from there. Puts it down under the post. That was a great little offload, and he was running at full pace when he got the ball. They got back to him, but he was already over the line at that point. Kick to come right under the post. I think we've had a couple of substitutions on the Australian side. Just under a quarter of the game gone. 2 converted tries to New Zealand. 1 penalty. Some good pronunciation there. I'm not even going to attempt that. Wise flips that out. Not intercepted this time. Holding on there, I suspect. I thought that was ball, was actually his knee tape, but the great Australian mullet being shown off there. Very important. Someone on the Aussie team should have great big locks of blonde hair. I believe it's important in cricket as well. That's just about made it, yeah. Wise plucks that one out of the air. His eyes were on the move and not on the ball, and it just slipped through his fingers. So those of you who've been following previous live streams, the dry season's really kicked in here. It's still a bit humid, so there's still a bit of moisture in the air coming out now as it gets dark. But it's not as hot as it was a few weeks ago. So this scrum will be Kiwi put in. Good attacking position. Their backs are chatting again and pointing. Set up to go right. Refs called that. Never really got settled. We'll just reset that. Better this time. Big push by the Aussies. Ball comes out. There's a cut-out pass there and a wild fling to the winger, who runs back in field and hits 3 people all at once. Still carries on a fair way. He did have a bit of speed on him. And there's an attempt at a crash ball there. I think he got lucky not to be running interference. I think it was Bryn Templeman, actually. The fact that his knee is padded right up gives it away, and there is a penalty, so that might have been what it was for. Thanks, man. Roland? I'll survive, mate. Well, Roland's on camera tonight. Couldn't find a Kiwi to do commentary. Couldn't find an Aussie to do commentary. So you got a Pom, again. Not much for a commentator. I'm here for my tech skills, to be honest. Forward pass. Kiwi put in. The noise is mostly the kids that seem to be having a Australia, New Zealand, Fiji versus New South Wales running up and down competition. Possibly involving some Belgians, I don't know. They're certainly having fun. They're not paying much attention to the rugby. So that bounced before it went forward. Ref's talking to the touchy. Says it's okay. That still went back. Australia just can't get their hands to it at the moment. I think they got lucky twice there. Gets his boot to it instead. It's a good kick. Finds space. Lucky bounce. Another lucky bounce. Pressure's on him. That was very flat. Ref's got his arm out, maybe too flat. Australia has it. And he's got support. It's quickly sent back before the counter ruck gets there. Wild flailing run, beats one guy, pops out. So some very quick ball by Australia here. Can they make use of it? Held up by one leg. Still got control of the ball though. They're coming blindside one more time. There's a lot of people out there. He's going into touch. No, he isn't. Good, very good hands. That hit a boot. The Kiwis have it. We're going to come all the way back. All the way back to the start of that move. Oh, there was some lovely ball skills in there. Makes up for the previous round where their ball skills were blooming awful. Well, if they keep putting it through the hands like that, it's going to be a fantastic game for the night. I think they deserved a bit more out of that. Good defence by the Kiwis. So Australian line out was good previously. You look out for number 6. Middle of shot now is Y, Saratoga. Excuse the pronunciation. Plays for University Pirates. He's their main jumper, and University Pirates' line-out is probably the best in the comp. Historically has been for a number of years. Wise has been playing with them for a number of years. Smoothly taken. The maul's nicely set up. It's collapsed. Support's there. The space on the outside. Is that Jake Ranger on the wing? Oh! He got a hand to it and knocked it forward. Ref's going to come back anyway. While we're waiting for them all reset for the penalty on the other side of the pitch, we'll have a look and see if we can see what caused that penalty. So, no. They're going to set up for a scrum, so maybe it was a knock-on the other side of the pitch. And he gets one hand to that, and it just goes forward, and he doesn't get it down. I'll stop making sarcastic remarks about leagueies. That was a leaguey play if ever I saw one. So there's a little bit more than nearly 30 minutes on my clock, a lot less on the main clock. I think there was a big stoppage time, and I think maybe that scoreboard missed it. So my guess is that we'll have a little bit more time in this half than the official hooter. About 11 minutes to go by one, 12 and a half by the other. And they failed to make anything of that, and it's come back to the Kiwis' ball. The Aussies have that. There's a big gap. If he got him out to number 21 on the wing there, that would have been a try. Still might be. So the Australian winger was way out on his own, right out in here by the line, and there was no Kiwi who could probably get out. Oh, it's over the line. We'll have a look at that. The ref has gone to talk to the touch judge. And he's called a try. Australia's first try is on the board. So they've got a DJ and a PA tonight, which means that they play little bouts of music when there's tries. And if I let that go on YouTube for any period of time, I'll be done for copyright infringement and kicked. So if I go quiet around try time, it's because I don't want the PA getting out. You missed the tunes of Black Betty. Can't remember who sang it. That's not gone 10. Not going 10. Left it. will come back on that one to the middle of the field. There is a very slight breeze, but not enough to do that. Wisely left by the Australians there. The momentum is swinging back Australia's way. So that's a messy breakdown. Penalty goes the Kiwis' way. That's probably kickable. They're having a chat about it. I think they'll end up going for the sideline. No. Here comes the tee. Just as Tom calls it, they go and change their minds. If they get this kick, it will bring them a converted try ahead of the Australians. There's a few people ready for the rebound on the posts. It's gone the distance. It's over. $17 points to 10. Stand up again, just to get away from the screaming kids. Puts a foot on it. So the momentum, even with that penalty, the momentum swung back Australia's way. They're quite a nice position there. I think that was Vinnie Min with the offload there. Maybe not. Wise taking it back in. Surprises a few fellas getting up. Can't do anything clever. Takes it back in. Ref's taken them back for a very previous penalty. So Australia could kick this. I said they weren't going to last time. They've got the momentum. They're thinking about it. They'll run it, I reckon. No. Every time I make that call, I know he's going for the sideline.
Why would you?
They need more than 3, but there's plenty of life left in their team. Yeah. They've got a good line out. It's good attacking position. Let's call it that. Let's see how this line out goes before I make any more calls. The answer is well. Goes straight off to Wise and off the top. Ooh. Kiwis will have that, I reckon. There's a knock on anyway. They've got nothing to lose. That was forward, I would have said. And with this accent, I am entirely neutral. For once, I'm not going on the south side. They got a penalty as well. So that might have been Australia's best chance to score this side of half time. Three and a half minutes on the clock, a little bit less on the official scoreboard. That's usually my fault. The ref doesn't take any notice of either of us. Or in fact, like most refs, or any sort of time that us normal players can understand. So after a certain amount of head scratching, we'll go with a scrum. Yeah, probably should have gone for a replay on a couple of those previous ones, then we could go back and have a look at them. But my replay finger is tired. It's been up all night. Burst through the line, but it's not a very good pass. He didn't really have control of his arms. Oh! And that's quickly cleared. It'll stay in field. Unlucky bounce. Passes it to Australia, who knock it on. Went back, says the ref. And went forward then. Went back, went forward. If it hasn't been a knock on now, I'll eat my socks. I'm not wearing any socks. This is the territory. Wise has it. Sends it right wide. There's two fellas out there. Scramble defence will get there. No, it won't. He's over. So that's eminently convertible. We may very well go into half-time with equal scoreboard. 15-17, kick to come. That piece of silence was brought to you by Keith Flint and the Prodigy. That was Firestarter for you listeners at home. Oh, that's come off the post. Doesn't get any closer than that. The official halftime hooter is gone. That is halftime, I think.
Australia, as we move to half-time, the score New Zealand 17, Australia 15. For our half-time entertainment, please welcome the Army Band.
So which team does she go for?
Which team?
Australia.
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 So the kids are all going for Australia. The band is coming on.
I used to do it before.
Welcome back to Land Rover Rugby Park, Marara. Always try and name drop your sponsors, preferably the right ones. I tried the wrong one earlier. We are just about to kick off for the second half. And I didn't update the scoreboard like I should have done. Sorry, bit of a mistake there. So just on the half-time whistle, Australia scored another try, so that should be 15-17. The conversion came off the posts. We had a great bit of jazz, I suppose you call it. It had a saxophone in it. Jazz. We decided it was Army jazz. It was great. We found some officials. Tammy, the boss of NT Rugby Union, is down there, making sure they all tuck their shirts in. They were. That's why they were late. That was one of the Australian team trying to hand the ref a bung. No, he wasn't handing the ref a bung. He was just shaking him by the hand. So yeah, we're one conversion off the post before half time, away from an even scoreline. That's gone deep. Well taken. He's running in with speed. Runs slap bang into two fellas. Loses it forward. They've got it back, but the ref had his hand out, and yeah, that's very smooth hands. The Australians suddenly learnt ball skills in the last part of that first half, and they were throwing the ball all over the place, very impressively. First play of the game, they threw a long pass. It was picked up by the Kiwis and sent straight over the try line, but yeah, a pass like that. There was no one there. See what I mean? Great offload by Wise Horikoga there. Great dummy by number 8 there. He's not going to make the line. He's twisting. He has made the line. Rest got his arm up. Lovely move. Well, that team talk at half-time must have gone well for the Aussies. Another musical interlude there. Straight. It's over. Sorry. Tried to kill the 9 News cameraman with my spare lead there. So Kiwis had a commanding lead at one stage. It's been whittled down. That's not gone 10 again. Not going 10. Well, it went 10 without being touched. Does that count? Seemingly so. I can do a Monty Python impression on that, but it's a little bit rude. You lucky, lucky. I think the ref had been on that side. He wouldn't have been considered to be on his feet with his hand in there. The ref wasn't on this side. Touchy's got the stance for someone who saw something. Probably not going to do anything about it. That's going to bounce straight to him, actually. Shakes off 2 tackles. And he's and that's gone into touch. So they've taken that quickly and kicked it. I've gone to the replay, but at this rate, we'll be going for a Kiwi try. They've got an overlap on the outside here. If they can use it, nah. So it's just settling down. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Must have been taken quickly. Kicked out. Kiwis brought it back all the way inside Australia's 22, and they're now setting up for the attack. Good angle in there. Doesn't make it through. So Munchkin here didn't restart that countdown timer. We're just over 35 minutes still to go. I'll fix it when I get to the whole minute. It's been a long night. So that's become an Australian penalty. Clears it very nicely. So Wise is at the back this time. Moves the lifters around a bit. Confuses the hell out of everybody, I would have said. Doesn't know if he's in or out. He's out. So we've got two half pods. There's got to be a ball in there somewhere. Well, if the ref didn't see something, then the touchy did. A lot of shouted instructions there from Australia. A lot of shouting and screaming by the kids behind me. They're playing a form of rugby, and this involves a ball. So that wasn't the world's most comfortable of scrums. He's broken through the middle. Offloads. Well tackled there. Couldn't get the ball away. There was an easy score outside him if he could. There's still another guy out there. Ball barely reaches him. There was some Australian hands in there as well. Kiwis settle it down. Pick and go. I think there'll be a high tackle there maybe. Ref seems okay with it. So he's given Australia a penalty. There was some very, very aggressive line speed there. I was about to say that's going to be offside, but bit of an argument about whose ball it is over there. Friendly argument, obviously. Not that friendly. There goes the yellow card. So Australia down to 10 men. Sorry. 14. Thinking of the girls' game that started at 10, which I thought was more. I told Jimmy Dudas, I said I can't do 3 games, but I can't shut up either, so... Normal. Screaming's getting to me as well. Where's the treble on this thing? So it's definitely hotting up out there. That's quickly taken. Doesn't quite make it. There's a lot of Kiwis out this way. If they can get it out to this wing, it's an easy try. Someone's noticed. Australia's beginning to push out. Touch judges are beginning to push in. He takes it back in. Held up again. It'll come back to the Kiwis. Pick and go. Had momentum, ran into the biggest fella on the pitch, ran into the other biggest fella on the pitch. The old immovable force meets immovable object. Irresistible force meets an immovable object. His arms up all over the place there. It's probably a time off. So both me and the official scoreboard managed to nail that at 28-19. That never happens. So Kiwis get a penalty. Time's back on. Those shrieks you hear are in fact the kids. Nothing to do with the whistle. You're not going to hear that over the kids. I think that's down. Can't hear the ref's whistle. Well, that silence was brought to you by AC/DC's Back in Black, which didn't seem to help the boys in black because they missed that conversion. However, it does lead to a rather interesting score, 22-all. They're all in there. Could go anyway. They just looked at it. Kiwis get it. Ref had his arm out for a while there. That hurt his head when he went in there, but he's all right. He's getting up. Just the light. Thank one of the Swamp Dogs there who's decided to be go to the bar for me. For a refreshing can of whatever soft drink sponsors us, obviously. Good sports club. Han makes soft drinks, right? I think he got that way before the collision. Australia looking strong here. They haven't got numbers out that side though. That was probably high. So that's gone straight to a penalty. They're right in front of the posts. Even points. Yeah, they've gone for the points. So we'll have a look at that again while we wait for the kicking tee. Jimmy Dedassel already played for the Friends of Rugby versus Navy game earlier. Is bringing the kicking tee on. Still bringing the kicking tee on. Yes, it looks in the game of kids rugby behind me, there's deteriorated into a game of British Bulldog football AFL thing. There's one small one who appears to have done his ankle in and is having looking at the wrong game. So that penalty puts Australia back in the lead. The injury in the kids' game behind me, he's had his ankle tied by possibly his sister using a handkerchief. Easily taken, sends it back. Big kick. And just inside touch. That was a beautiful little kick. So Australia did well out of that restart. They got the ball, converted it into territory. Bryn Templeman to throw in for New Zealand. Got an interchange for New Zealand. Ref looks confused. Suddenly an extra All Black in the line out. Well, it confused their own line out, I think. Australia have a man out there who's busy running infield. And they've kicked it right into the corner. Now the ref's going to come all the way back to the line out, I think. There was an extra man came in. I was just, maybe it wasn't. He's listening in his ear. Well, folks, you can always use the rewind button and come back to that one later. I might have to do the same. So they're going to try for another 3 points. I don't know. It's a scrum. We got an interchange. I think it might have been time off, but the other scoreboard hasn't stopped, so I'm not. That's Jake Ranger coming off for Australia. And a man in number 15 coming on. Someone else coming on. So the Kiwis collapsed that by the looks of it. Yep. Australia electing to go for the 3 points. Cheers, man. That's brilliant. Thanks. Doesn't like the angle. I mean, I can't feel a breath of wind. The tree on the other side I can't see moving at all. The bug count is way down. That's gone right. Oh, it's just come off the post. So put it down. They're going for the dropout. They look confused. Seems to be quite a lot of them. It's gone nowhere. Australia are coming back immediately. Bit slow to accelerate. Slow to be taken down as well. I think he was off his feet there. Yep. Ref didn't like that. My guess is that Jimmy DeLassel will be back on with the kicking tee, and here he comes. He didn't even make it to the sideline, so I'm honest. So this is a much more kickable position, just outside the 22, almost in the centre of the field. And that clock's counting down for every time we do this. Not quite as exciting as it was a while ago. But good news for the Australians anyway. That's a shocker. Nowhere near, I think. So that's 6 points Australia haven't made. They only didn't lose their field position last time because they got a lucky. I think he'll hoof it right the way downfield this time. He doesn't want any of his side to be caught with being offside. One of them's actually outside, may not even be on the pitch. There's space out there if they can use it. The chip goes over. They won't get to it though. Well, he does get to it. Oh dear. Lucky bounce. I didn't see that happening. Let's go and have another look at that one. Here we go. Hit me, baby, one more time. Bye. So Miss Britney Spears there, put them off the conversion. I couldn't kick a conversion even without Britney Spears, but I don't think she'd help. Have you got Spotify out there? Hit me, baby, one more time while we wait for the restart. Other streaming services are available. Not as good as ours, but they are available. A bit of BBC there. So that's dangerously so close to the 10-metre line, but batted back. An ear went up. Not releasing. Whenever they do that, I've checked my scoreboard out of paranoia. Well, I'm not paranoid. Paranoid people think people are out to get them. I'm sure of it. I think that's the worst joke I'm going to make on here. You got another thing coming. Still trying to work out who's in which line out. Wise collects it. Not straight. Says the ref. What do you want? Scrum. New Zealand put in. Not sure Australia will be too worried about that. They've got a comfortable lead now. Scrums take time, especially when there's radio chit-chat between the officials. Time's still on, we think. Somewhere along the lines it did go off because my scoreboard is now advanced about 30 seconds on the official one. Which doesn't matter because the ref does his own thing anyway. So, forward, says the ref. We'll come back and have another scrum. This time with an Australian put in. The Australian scrum's pretty stable. You'd be thinking they'll be looking to slow it down here. They've been doing some good ball handling. Took them a while to get settled. They've had moments. The backs are set up quite a way out from the scrum. Got a setter out there. Not sure who the other guys are. In the end, Wise, number 8 goes. Hospital pass. Settle down. Another good run in there. Crash ball. Come back. They've got about 3 guys out there. If they can get it out there. Rocco gets to one. Brings it back in. The advantage on the wing's gone. But they've got plenty of people this way. They'll come the other way. Line's a bit flat. You got the big fellas out on the wing here. I think the Kiwis may have turned this over. Yep. Box kick goes up. Little fella ducks out of the way. Gets a cheer from the crowd. Good little position. That's not going to make the touchline. Wise will get it. Wise picks it up. He's going to run it. Needs a bit of support. Goes towards his support. There's going to be some grabbing on the floor there. No, all good, says the ref. Attempt at a pass that one should normally not try, except outside a warm-up game of touch. Doesn't come off. So we'll come back for an offside, I think. Who thinks they're going to kick this? Yeah, Jimmy, get on. You're on, Jimmy. So this is another very kickable one. They missed the last 2. They'll get one eventually. That one's gone over though. Third time lucky. 33-22. Still not 10. Goes 10 this time. But it's not much good because, he knocked that on in there and the ref saw him even though he was on the other side. To be fair, he was in the process of being taken out by a big fella. So it's not as sticky as it was a few weeks ago, but it's still pretty greasy out there, I reckon. Ref is just going to reset that, I think. He's going to take a step back, find some fresh grass. Kiwis probably don't want the time wasting. It's about 8 minutes on the official clock, 7.5 on mine. Who knows on the refs? Was a man outside and space for him to go. If he just got that into his hands and passed it straight out, that would probably have been a try. Might have been. On the other hand, he may have lost it due to the high shot, which is what the penalty's for. Now, I don't think that's kickable. You'd wonder, though, given the time. No, he's elected to kick the touch. He might have attempted it just to run the clock down, but they've gone for field position just outside Kiwi 22. Next to the Able Finance advertising hoarding. Sorry, Shane, I forgot your name in the previous game. The Able Finance guy. Plays for Cougars. Draws his man. Oh, fluffs the kick. And New Zealand have the ball back. He didn't have a lot of time there. And a bit of tired muscles out there. It's been quite a hard game. Still some hard tackles going on, though. Bounce pass, but he's away. One man in front of him. Good hit, good tackle. Aggressive clean out. Kiwi still have it. Little chip, chases his own. His offsider gets it. His offsider sort of tackled behind, back with one hand. Reverse half Nelson tackle. Oh, good line speed by Australia. Doesn't have his hands on the ball properly. Shoulder in the stomach and off it goes. So, a little over 5 minutes on the official clock. We got someone coming on for New Zealand, number 21. So it's a very slow scrum. Australia don't look terribly much in a hurry. We've got an 11-point lead. Mind you, the Kiwis don't look in that much of a hurry. So it's right in the middle of the field, right on the 22. As the scrum's being set, the Aussies are coming out to this side of the field. Still a pretty even split, and they've gone the other way anyway. That's gone into touch, pretty much on the halfway line. Probably Bryn to throw in. I can't see. I'm on the far side of the field. That was a very flat pass. There's calls of forward, even from the Kiwi end of the stand. Now that was a knock-on, but cleanly picked up by the Australians. And he's managed to get that past about 3 hands, and it's going to go into touch. Not quite. They kept it in, but he's pushed out. That's, yeah, that was a great little kick and a great little chase by the little limping fella. Who I probably should know because he seems to be wearing South shorts. Maybe they're green Australian shorts. So that's gone right the way to the back of the Kiwi line. They've got two out there. Gets it away. Finds space. To get it on the second bounce. Outruns the chasing pack. He's going down. There's about 5 black shirts around there chasing him. And they've stolen that. Kiwis want to get another try in. They've got less than a minute on the main clock to do it. 30 seconds on mine. Oh, that's gone forward. It was a very aggressive offload. He literally threw that. But they've got a penalty anyway. Both teams still going for it. That's not gone out, but it is going dead. So that's not going to help. "15 seconds on the official clock. That may have been their last chance. And after kicking them maybe less than 10 metres every time, they kick it right in the dead ball line. Well, there goes the official hooter. Mine isn't far behind. The scrums started without the ball coming in. They've started again. There's a penalty there against the Kiwis. I don't think that was out. He's going to get sent. That definitely wasn't out. I should have gone for the replay there because I didn't think they were going to take that long about it. Should have realised they probably were. So they'll kick this into touch. We'll probably get the restart. No. That's all, folks. That's probably copyright. So the final score here is 33 to Australia, 22 to New Zealand. I'm going to have to wait till they turn the music off, and then I'll try and bring you any speeches. You're not missing anything, it's only horses. Right, ladies and gentlemen, because of the music and it's a bit of a time here, I haven't got my portable down by the pitch camera, so I'm going to call that one for tonight. Still a bit of team chat going on. Next live stream will probably be the new Warren Park first home game of a few years to South Darwin. Should be a great day. Come along and see us at home, hopefully. And we'll see you next year on Anzac Day for a repeat of this.
Probably sound better when it's not on, but anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to again thank you all for coming along to support the game tonight. I thought that game was probably one of the best games I've seen in a long time. Played with some really good skills, had a really good pace, some really tough rugby, and a couple of the tries were, in my view, pretty special. So, well done to both of the sides out there tonight. What a great spectacle to put on. Please give them a round of applause. It wouldn't be fair of me, being the referee, not to mention the men we like to hate who are officiating out on the field tonight. Guys, well done. Thank you for running the game as well as you did. Did a great job as well. So, a round of applause for our referees, please. The other thing is, I'd actually like everyone here tonight to give themselves a round of applause. It's great to see so many faces here supporting rugby in the territory. So well done to everyone in the crowd. Thank you very much for coming along. And guys, I hope you burst your bubble, but I reckon the girls can through cheers better than you did. So just to get the formalities out of the way, I'd like to call Zach Phillips forward to introduce. We're not going to introduce his team, that's them over there. We'll do this pretty quickly. So Zach and the Australian boys, fantastic to see the Australian team win 2 games in a row. I haven't seen that in a long time. As a Wallaby supporter. Oh, there you go. See, I've got it wrong again. Yes. All right. So we're back to evens then. So Zach, boys, congratulations and well done.
As always, very tough matches, ANZAC Clash. Been involved with quite a few now and had a few wins, had a few losses, and tonight's no exception. It's a very awesome effort from both sides. Kiwi boys, very awesome work, took us right to the end there, and proud of our boys who pretty rough training sessions for both teams, back in numbers and whatnot, but I think the quality of football spoke for itself, so big kudos to everyone involved. Cheers.
One last person I did forget to thank Mr. Music, Marty O'Brien over here with you tonight. Thanks for keeping everyone occupied and engaged during the lulls of proceedings, Marty. So thank you. And again, on behalf of the NTRU, thank you for everyone for coming along tonight. And let's support rugby going forward. It's a great game. Cheers.
So we'll leave it there. Thanks to all. See you next year.